In 2011, Mojang was rapidly rising in popularity thanks to the success of Minecraft. During this surge, Notch set out to create the ultimate collaboration between LEGO and Minecraft. However, creative differences and legal complications led him to abandon the project and focus on Minecraft's development and other projects. But what really happened behind the scenes? Why was the collaboration so difficult to bring to life, and what was the game actually like? Before we dive into those questions, let's see how LEGO's vision of a sandbox game first came to life. Between the late 1990s and early 2010s, the LEGO Group aimed to develop a sandbox construction game that truly captured the look and feel of building with real bricks. Their first major attempt was 1998's LEGO Creator, but the technology at the time wasn't advanced enough to support the large-scale open-ended creativity, leading them to abandon the concept. The follow-up title, LEGO Creator Knight's Kingdom, focused specifically on building with a medieval theme rather than offering a full sandbox experience. Their second attempt at a sandbox construction game came up in the early days of LEGO Universe's development, but the developers didn't trust themselves enough to make a sandbox game, believing that it was not cool enough, so they opted to scrap the idea in favor of having a more action-focused gameplay. Notch had always envisioned a hybrid of Minecraft and LEGO bricks, as Minecraft itself was inspired by the LEGO bricks. And so in 2011, Notch reached out to the LEGO Group to propose a game collaboration, and the LEGO Group, curious about Minecraft's growing popularity, agreed to a meeting to explore the idea. Notch later began developing a prototype in hopes of gaining their approval for the project. On September 5th, 2011, Notch would tweet out that he was working on a secret project codenamed Kwon Do. This is in reference to the film Napoleon Dynamite. They would later show off the prototype to the LEGO Group, which the LEGO Group seemed to be satisfied as they greenlit the project, and so development of Kwon Do began. Mojang later hired 2 new programmers to work on the game, and the prototype was created by Notch. Notch later teased the project on Twitter with a picture of the game, which really didn't reveal much, but it left people to theorize what it could be. Notch would continue to tease the project on Twitter all the way until July 19, 2012, when Notch announced that the project was cancelled in favor of focusing on Minecraft, Scrolls, and 0x10. Notch would later claim in a news article that the cancelled game was an FPS shooter and that was it. The reasoning behind the cancellation of the title stemmed from different reasons. According to Daniel Kaplan, Mojang's business developer at the time, it was due to a mix of legal issues, creative disagreements, and structural conflict between the two companies. There were control issues on who would be the primary designers and product owners of the game, as Mojang believed that they were just that, but the LEGO Group also seemed to think the same way. He also claimed that staff at Mojang had felt more like consultants on the project rather than its designers. When it came to creative, their differences were very clear. Mojang wanted to portray LEGO bricks realistically, complete with scratches and stop-motion style animations for the minifigs to reflect on how kids actually play with them. However, the LEGO Group would reject this vision. They prefer a pristine, idealized version of their brand. Mojang had hoped to build an expansive adventure game inspired by LEGO's many themes such as pirates, cities, jungles, and more, but felt increasingly limited by LEGO's strict brand rules. At the time, Minecraft wasn't a global phenomenon like it is today, and the LEGO Group didn't fully grasp Mojang's potential. All of this ultimately led to Notch losing interest in the project, and during a meeting with LEGO Group's lawyers and a small development team, he told them, "We'll just end this project now." Despite all the troubles both companies went through, the LEGO Group remained partnered with Mojang to produce LEGO Minecraft sets, and briefly considered acquiring Mojang, but according to Ronnie Shkira, the senior director for the LEGO Games Asia and Pacific division, they decided against it as Minecraft was still emerging, and they had no guarantee that it would end up becoming the cultural phenomenon it became. Months later, after Mojang walked away from the deal, they were later approached by another company and LEGO Worlds was born. The project would be briefly mentioned in an article in 2014, but we wouldn't hear anything again until December of 2020 when it was revealed during an episode of the Bits and Bricks podcast about the game's development and fate. Images of the game were also revealed, giving us a look of what the game looked like. 5 years later, on June 24, 2025, a build surfaced on the Omni Archive Discord server dated June 28, 2012, around a month before the cancellation tweet. Now, let's get right into the game. The game features a computer-generated world where players can move around and place bricks or break bricks. Now, this is how the game works. Players have an inventory that consists of 5 different types of bricks: a 1x1 brick, a 1x2 brick, a 2x2 brick, a 2x4 brick, and a slope 45 2x1 brick. Each brick type has 10,000 bricks that are able to be placed around the world. Breaking an existing brick of the same type increases the bricks available. Placing a brick in the world reduces the count of that specific brick type. Right-click allows you to rotate bricks, while the scroll wheel allows you to cycle through the available brick types. Pressing Q changes the brick color. There are currently 39 different colors that you can choose, each corresponding to an actual LEGO brick color. Players can also sprint with shift and jump using the spacebar. The game currently supports LEGO Digital Designer files so you can import your builds, and within the files of the game there are two test files that you can use, one named test and the other one named test_brick_import. This feature was also used in LEGO Worlds, which I think is very interesting. Notch also appeared to have planned multiplayer support, as multiplayer functionality is still present within the game. If you're looking to play the game, it is only compatible in systems with an NVIDIA graphics card, so if you have an AMD or Intel graphics card, you'll need to download a patched version of the shaders. I'll leave the link in the description for all the download links as well as the wiki page if you would like to learn more about this cancelled game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm getting close to hitting 100 subscribers and it would mean a lot if you did. Also, let me know in the comments down below what do you think would have happened if LEGO actually bought Mojang. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.